Hello, returning orientation leaders. This is Janet Ramos from New Student and Family Programs. I'm so excited that you're interested in reapplying to be an orientation leader. Attached to this email is our application packet as well as our link to officially apply for the orientation leader position. I decided to make this slideshow video to help answer any questions or highlight some new areas within the application process. I hope you find it helpful. So first thing is timeline. You'll be getting this email in early December, and you will have until January 9th to review the materials, review the application process, and officially submit your application. As you can see, it's due on January 9th. I want to stress that date, January 9th. It's a hard deadline because so many things come from there, and there's a ripple effect. So I can't be flexible with that date, January 9th. But it's early December, and so you have a little over a month to review everything and officially apply. I also want to highlight that between January 12th and January 13th, you'll be having an interview with either myself or Megan Mitchell. When you go through the Google Doc application form, you'll be able to choose your one-on-one interview slot. So make sure you have your up-to-date calendar and are ready to schedule that when you decide to apply. On the 16th, the hire letters will go out, and then from there you can see other dates that are applicable to new applicants, but then for you, you're going to want to pay close attention to January 19th. So the week of January 19th, you will start either a 1 hour or 2 hour office hour with me. And I'll get into the details a little later in the next slide. And then I just want you to look through all the other days just to kind of see the entire process. So we're starting now in early December. The applications are due January 9th. You'll officially know if you've been hired on January 16th, and then on January 19th, your office hours will begin. So let me get into the training dates. I want to make sure you are able to add these to your calendar. We start training on February 20th and we end on April 24th. Each of these dates that you see here is a Friday, and all of our sessions are at the same time from 3 to 6 p.m. I need you to be present at all of them. However, I understand life happens and there are emergencies. If you have an emergency situation that comes up for you, please communicate with me so that we can figure out a way to get you the information so that you don't miss what is being covered on the day. So there are 8 training dates, and I expect you to be at all 8. So here are some areas I really want to highlight because either they might be new or they might be of greater emphasis this year. So the application process, it's all on the Google Doc. And so the questions, it's very user-friendly. There's a funny question in there, and it's just to get to know you and kind of see your creativity. So hopefully you can fill it out and make sure that it's in by January 9th. Training dates, I just reviewed them with you, but just a reminder, they start on February 20th. They go from 3 to 6, and they are on Friday afternoons. Logistical and prep days, it's the first time I'm mentioning this. This is May 5th through May 8th and June 9th through June 12th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And it's just what that title says, logistic and prep dates. So in the morning from 9 to noon, we will kind of address maybe topics that we discussed in training, talk about any confusion, maybe go through a day-to-day orientation and go through the physical movements. And then we'll have lunch, and then in the afternoon, we'll prep. Maybe we'll collect marketing materials. We'll begin to stuff folders, etc., etc. The leadership conference and the student leader retreat are things that I'm hoping will occur, but I want to make sure that you have them on your calendar as possibilities. So the leadership conference will take place from March 6th through the 8th, and the student leader retreat is right now in the brainstorming sessions. The student leadership retreat will happen here on campus, and the leadership conference is away. And so going away, we'll be able to meet other orientation leaders, see what other schools are doing, brainstorm, network, and then the student leader retreat is here at NIU with other students that are in leadership roles, so perhaps the ambassadors from admissions, perhaps the tutors from the Learning Center, perhaps the chair and co-chair of Greek organizations. The group interview I want to highlight for you is for the new applicants, and that is taking place for them on January 20th, January 21st, and January 22nd. The group interview it'll be facilitated by me, but it'll help for me to observe students and see their leadership skills, their communication style, and just group dynamics. You are encouraged to attend and observe with me. However, it is a part of the new orientation leader application. The training facilitator role is for you, is an active role for you. As a returning orientation leader, I expect for you to be my right-hand person, perhaps co-present with me, perhaps lead a training, perhaps facilitate a conversation. And so that's where we will use the office hours to decide and brainstorm and figure out those areas of training that you will be helping with. The email correspondence section is about orientation and following up with the student group that you have. And this will be for all orientation leaders. So if we have an orientation on Wednesday, between that Wednesday that we have the orientation and the following week, my expectation is that we communicate with 10, 15 students that you had in your group. If writing isn't your strong point, please do not fear. We will create templates during training, and so you will have those readily available when you go email the students. The office hours I mentioned, and then August commitments. Orientation really starts in May and will go all the way through August, but there's programs that happen in August that really need our assistance, really need our support, and really speak to the same mission of new student and family programs. And those are the first-year meetups that come out of student involvement, and the welcome Saturday kind of extravaganza on campus with summer transition program. So those are two programs that that'll be added to your responsibilities as an orientation leader. Again, I know this is a lot of information, but I want to let you know is that it is all in the packet. However, I wanted to make this video to hopefully answer any of those questions for you. If this video has not helped, please stop by my office. Please shoot me an email. Please give me a call. I want to make sure that everything is crystal clear before you apply. Again, applications are due on January 9th. That is a hard deadline. Begin to look through the application packet and begin your application process, even if you leave it in draft form. Begin thinking about the answers to those questions. I very much look forward to working with each of you. I'm so excited to get the training underway and to get our wonderful, amazing team of 15 orientation leaders together so that we can begin being creative, begin having fun, and begin getting to know each other and serving our first year and transfer students. I hope you have a wonderful day, and again, if you need anything, you know where to find me. Best of luck.